if you ended 2025 feeling burnt out, eating whatever was convenient, staying up late and telling yourself, I will fix my fertility habits after the new year, I need you to listen to today's episode carefully, because here's what most people don't realize. The habit you had in December are still affecting your fertility right now. And if you are over the age of 35 or dealing with low egg count, every single month counts. But here's the good news. You can reset all these fertility habits in just 5 days with the right steps. Hi, I'm Catherine Chong from Pristine Fertility, and as Australia's leading fertility dietitian, I've worked with hundreds of women and couples trying to conceive, and many over the age of 35, many with low egg count, PCOS, or preparing for IVF treatment. And I see the same pattern every January. You see, you start with huge motivation, then crash by victory because you're trying too hard to change every habit at once. But that ends today. Now, before we dive into today's episode helping you to reset your fertility habits, here's a quick reminder. 95% of people watching this video haven't subscribed yet. And if you want weekly evidence-based fertility video like this to support your journey, please hit that subscribe button now. It really helps our team to keep creating this video for you. So today I'm walking you through the 5 days fertility reset plan, 1 habit a day, designed to support your egg quality, reset your hormonal balance, and giving you a head start on 2026, preparing your body to conceive. Let's get started with day 1. Now, day 1 is about one simple, doable action that makes a much bigger difference than you might expect, which is removing ultra-processed snack from your immediate reach. Now, I see this all the time in my practice. Clients doing everything they can to support their fertility, but their kitchen is unintentionally set up to work against them. You see, when you're feeling stressed, tired, or rushing between work, you always grab whatever rises in front of you. And that's a human nature. So today we are resetting your environment, starting with your home kitchen. And here's your step for day 1. I want you to take 5 to 10 minutes either now or after dinner tonight and clear your countertop, open up your kitchen shelf, your pantry shelf, or those easy grab spots of food that tend to spike your blood sugar level or become your comfort food stress snacks. Now, you don't need to throw away every food, but just move them out of your sight into a cupboard, or maybe perhaps it's a drawer that you don't even see or open very often. The key here is you want this food out of your sight truly. And when you get them out of your sight, it becomes out of your mind much more easily. And next is set up your fertility corner. Maybe perhaps it's choose one small space in your kitchen or in your pantry shelf and bring forward a few supportive, healthy food options, such as a jar of raw nuts or seeds. Maybe you want to place your fresh fruits right in front of you, or place yogurt at the front of your fridge, not chocolate, right? So these tiny habits, environmental shift can help your brain choosing much more nourishing food on autopilot every day, especially on the day when everything just feels so overwhelming or rushed. And that's your day 1 reset challenge for you. And as a reminder, one small change that sets the tone for better choices all week long. Trying to get pregnant and want to nourish your body the right way? Our free 7-day fertility meal plan is designed to support egg health, balance hormones, and reduce inflammations using real food you will actually enjoy. Now, inside the meal plan, you will get 7 days of dietitian-approved meals, easy and delicious recipe, and done for you grocery list. It's completely free and it's a perfect first step if you are ready to take charge of your fertility journey. So grab your copy now and tap the link in the description box. Moving on to day 2 is all about the breakfast, and this is critical because what you eat first thing in the morning has a powerful energy impact on your body hormone for the rest of the day. Now, when you skip breakfast, or maybe perhaps you're someone who have breakfast with a higher sugar or low protein meal, or maybe just a cup of coffee, This is how you start your day. Now, what happened here is your blood sugar can spike and crash. And those swings can directly affect your hormone, especially if you have PCOS or insulin resistant. Now, I see clients all the time who wonder why their cycle are irregular, and we look at their breakfast. It's all highly processed carb to start their day and not protein-based food. Your body needs stable blood sugar level in order to properly balance the hormones and ovulate properly. So here's some simple fertility breakfast formula I teach all my clients. Number 1, protein plus healthy fats plus fiber-rich antioxidant. So what does it mean? Let me give you a few easy examples here. So option 1, you might want to try it out. Maybe perhaps it's a full-fat Greek yogurt with mixed berry, with half tablespoon of chia seed and half tablespoon of sunflower seeds. They are super nourishing, filled with a high amount of protein and antioxidant, and of course the fiber too, and healthy fats. Option 2, perhaps you want to try an omelette with 2 eggs sauteed with spinach and half an avocado, served with an optional whole grain toast. Or maybe you want to try out a smoothie with protein powder, with frozen berries, and a tablespoon of peanut butter or almond butter, and a handful of chia seeds. And my favorite last option here is an overnight chia seeds pudding, where you can soak your preferred milk with chia seeds, berries, and nuts. And this one simple habits can make a remarkable difference in stabilizing your blood sugar level. And remember, when your blood sugar level is stabilized, your hormones have a much steady foundation they need for consistent blood sugar level control throughout the day, better hormonal support, that means better ovulations, and better fertility support. Now, moving on day 3, I want you to focus on what you are actually drinking, and this matters more than most people realize. You see, dehydration can actually affect your cervical mucus quality. So that fertile quality mucus is really essential when you're trying to conceive, because it helps to support the need for the sperm to reach the eggs in order to be fertilized. So it also increases headache and fatigue when you're not drinking enough fluids, which also raises stress hormone and disrupt your cycle as well. And what about excess caffeine? Now, study also shows that more than 200 milligrams per day of caffeine intake, that's roughly about 2 small coffee a day, may also reduce fertility and even can heighten the risk of early miscarriages. So here's what I want you to do in day 3 of our challenge. Number 1, set a water target. Aim for 1.5 to 2 liters per day of water at least, unless your doctor advises not to do so. And even better, use a 1 liter stainless steel water bottle where you can fill out twice and finish both by the time you have your dinner. And number 2, now do a caffeine audit. So what I want you to do is count your coffee intake, any teas that contain caffeine, as well as your energy drink intake, because all these beverages can also add up to your caffeine consumption. So if you're someone consuming, say for example, 3 to 4 coffees a day right now, perhaps it's all about start with reducing 1 cup today and replace it with more water. Of course, water is always the best. Or you can also think about caffeine-free tea or switch to a decaffeinated coffee to start with. And remember, you don't need to quit caffeine immediately. That will make it so miserable. But all it matters is start by reducing the dose and pick one of the options that feel most doable for you. And that's day 3 reset plan for you. You can't control how many eggs you were born with or how age affects the quantity. But here's the good news. You can definitely influence your egg health. So over the next 90 days, the eggs preparing for ovulation are directly impacted by what you eat, how you live, how you manage stress, your hormone balance, and even the inflammation and oxidative stress in your body. That means your daily choices matter more than you have been told. Hi, I'm Catherine, the fertility dietitian, and I want you to know that you don't need to pause the clock. You just need to give your body the right tool and support to protect the eggs you still have. Want to learn more? Make sure you grab my free fertility e-guide now and discover the 10 powerful practical strategies to optimize your egg health naturally starting today. Click the link in the description box and grab your copy now. Alright, moving on to day 4. Day 4 is all about movement. And before you panic, I'm not going to ask you to head to the gym and start some really intense training here, right? But all I want you to do is think about what you can achieve easily in a much more regular, consistent pace with moderate movement that helps your body to improve blood flow to your uterus, as well as helping you to balance your hormone, especially if you are someone who's struggling with PCOS or insulin resistant. And of course, movement or any form of exercise can also help you to generate that happy hormone to help you to feel good. And in fact, if you're already stressed, right, under eating or over exercising with more intense workout can actually also negatively impact your fertility as well by raising too much of stress hormone, can also disrupting your cycle. So here's your day 4 reset plan. What I would suggest is perhaps start with what feels doable for you. Perhaps it's a 20 minutes of gentle to moderate exercise of movement. That's it. Think about a brisk walk outside, right? A bonus point to get some fresh air and sunlight, which also help to boost your vitamin D. Or maybe you're someone who enjoying doing fertility yoga or Pilates or any other light strength training with low body weight or small weights, right? So if you already work out a lot, all about your reset today is to add one more slower session this week. And remember, any movement should make you feel grounded, not overtrained and over-exhausted, right? So these small daily habits, once again, can build small momentum and create a more fertile internal body, mind environment, one step at a time, one breath at a time. And lastly, day 5 is all about sleep. And this is probably the most underrated things for fertility. You see, poor sleep can also messes up your hormone, especially your stress hormone, your insulin, and your appetite hormone, all of which can affect your ovulation and egg quality over time. Study shows that women who sleep less than 7 hours per night can impact fertility. So the best way to start if you're someone who's struggling with sleep or getting on a good quality sleep, what you want to do perhaps is start from creating a sleep ritual. For example, a 30 minutes to 45 minutes wind down routine that tells your body, all right, it is time to reset for rest, for sleep. So here's what it looks like. Step number 1, set a screen off time on your phone as well as your TV, right? Ideally an hour before bedtime, but even 30 minutes can still be helpful. I know this one is hard, but just try it. Just try it. So you may want to turn off your phone as a do not disturb mode. That's what I do after 9 p.m. and also avoiding the blue lights from your phone can also disrupt melatonin productions, which you need for quality sleep. So much as possible, best to avoid any phone exposure or even watching TV right before you get into bed. And number 2 is pick up one calming activity, right? So I'm talking about could be a light stretching or reading the actual book or journaling, especially doing a brain dump could be helpful too, where you write out all your worries on your journal and tomorrow's to-do list. This actually helps your brain from spinning, right, from midnight till 2 a.m., but actually helping you to have much more clear mind and space preparing for sleep. Overall, you want to aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and you won't fix everything in one night, trust me. But what is matter here is start doing this routine repeatedly and consistently, where your body can start to pick up these habits, and trust me, it can make a massive difference to your hormone balance, your fertility over the next 90 days. Now, if you make it to this point, you are already doing something so powerful. You are choosing to support your fertility proactively rather than waiting and hoping. And I really appreciate you watching this entire episode today. But remember, habits don't need to be perfect to be effective. Your fertility responds to pattern over time, not just one perfect day. So here's what I want you to do. Out of these 5 fertility reset habits I just shared with you, which one of these habits you feels most doable right now and commit to do it for the next 7 days. That's it, just 1 day. And I would love to know from you. Leave a comment down below and let me know which one are you committing on doing right now. And if you like more personalized support, especially if you have low egg count, PCOS, or someone who have experienced recurrent miscarriages, or you are preparing for IVF, I have worked with many women and couples all around the world in my virtual fertility nutrition practice. Make sure you visit our website now. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.